If you struggle with an inside takeaway, I'm going to show you a very simple way to immediately fix this problem, and I'm going to help you understand what's causing it. I'm going to show you how to fix this using the Hack Motion device, and this is the new one. You can see it's got a little light on it. This is different looking. The attachment's different. What's cool about the new version is that it doesn't just give you visual feedback in the app. It doesn't just give you auditory feedback that you can hear. The new version actually vibrates. You can feel when you're out of range now. This is super, super cool. I'm shocked that they were able to put this together the way that it did because it works so well. So I'm going to show you how to set it up and how to use this to understand why you're taking the club back to the inside. So I'm going to show you really quickly how to turn on the biofeedback. I've got my screen recording here, and set the ranges from 0 to 20 degrees with flexion and extension. So now I can see as I'm moving my wrist, you can see on the screen, as I move into extension, this is going to put me at the end of range, 20 degrees. I can feel it vibrating. It's so cool. And then as I get out of that range and move into too much flexion, which is when the club's going to start going inside, you can see the screen is changing color and the numbers are changing, and I lose that vibration the moment that I move out of range. So now let's look at what this looks like in the real world. So now I want you to get your wrist set up at address about 15 to 20 degrees of extension at setup. Now, as you're going back, I want you to do this with your lead arm only, because it's going to help you understand what's happening when you do this. With your lead arm only, you'll see that if you maintain the same extension that you had at address all the way to the top, your club can never ever go inside. That's what you're going to see with the benchmark data in the Hack Motion software, is that the primary release pattern that most tour pros use, they maintain this extension all the way to the top, and that's why you rarely see modern tour pros taking this club way inside. They're not getting all this extra rotation and flexion in their wrists, and that's how you keep the club out in front of you. So now, go back halfway to your takeaway, and if you're still in that same range, if you're still above 0 degrees, it's when you go past 0. So like you can see right now, I'm at 1 degree or so. Now as soon as I move past that, look where the club goes. It's all just moving from extension with your wrist to flexion. If you're not sure what these terms are, or like really how to use the Hack Motion, I did several videos on it that go more in depth. I'll put a link to them down in the description below. But just to fix your inside takeaway, you've got to understand that moving into flexion, where you're just flexing this forearm instead of maintaining that extension that you had at address, that's what causes the club to go inside. So now to practice this is super simple. Once you have this device, what you can feel is that the moment that I start wanting to do this, I lose the vibration feedback, and I know that the club's gone inside. So I don't have to look at it in a mirror. I can feel it, I can hear it, because I'm getting auditory feedback, and I can even see it on the screen if I set my phone down. If I had a ball here, it's typically what I do is I put the phone down between me and the ball, and so I can also see, I don't have to look at directly at the numbers, but I can see it immediately flashes red when I do that. So it's very easy for me to pick that up out of the corner of my eye. So now I know if I've got that club going this way, I'm losing the vibration, I'm losing the auditory, and I'm the visual. But if I just maintain that all the way to the top, the club stays right in front of my body the whole time. That's the whole trick, is just maintaining extension all the way to the top of the swing. The club will never go inside then. So if you've bought a previous Hack Motion from us, this new version, they've put together an upgrade path so that you can go from the model that you had and get the newer version for a discounted price, and they even have a pathway to upgrade from the base model that doesn't include rotation and ulnar and radial deviation, which is super important. They've put together a discount plan to get you up to the Pro model if you want that to upgrade to the latest model. I've put a link down in the description below. Check it out. If you don't have a Hack Motion, it really, really does make understanding what's really happening in your swing, which is what's happening with your wrists, which directly affects the club face more than anything else. It makes it so easy to understand. It gives you great feedback. So click the link down in the description below and check it out. We also offer a discount on the Hack Motion if you buy it through this link. I hope you really, really start practicing with this, because the feedback is wonderful and it's immediate. It's like having a coach in your pocket.